Down! That's right, baby, going in! Fuck this guy up! Back up now! Fuck him up!
Mass stabbing at the Gospel Mission. Union Gospel Mission.
That's right, baby, going in! Fuck this guy up! Back up now! Fuck him up!
Crazy. What in the world happened? What in the world happened, man? Mass stabbing. We got a press conference to cover. This was in Oregon. Holy moly. 11 people wounded. I think the new press conference says 12. This happened in a homeless shelter in Salem, Oregon. Some people are calling for the banning of knives now. That people are saying that we should be banning knives, keeping track of what knives you purchase. This happened at the Union Gospel Mission. Recently opened a men's mission. It's a 150-bed facility and located directly across from the Salem, right across from the Salem Police Department. Among those wounded is at least one staff member. The suspect is now in custody. He had stayed at the shelter the night before and was attempting to check in again when the violence broke out. Something set him off, and he evidently had a knife in his bag. The whole incident is on video, noting the footage has been turned over to the investigators. Wow. Mass stabbing, mass violence.
Chief Trevin Upkeys with the Salem Police Department, UPKES. So today we're talking about an incident that occurred yesterday evening over at the Union Gospel Mission. So I'm going to read our statement, our press release that will be coming out shortly. The Salem Police Department and other emergency responders responded to the Union Gospel Mission in the 700 block of Commercial Street Northeast on Sunday evening, June 1st, on the report of a stabbing incident. At approximately 7:15 p.m., officers arrived to find several individuals who had been stabbed inside the facility by a man with a knife. The knife was approximately 8 inches in size. Witnesses reported the suspect was speaking to individuals in the lobby when he produced a knife and stabbed several people. Others present who attempted to intervene in the melee were also injured. The suspect, identified as Tony Latrell Williams, age 42 of Bend, exited the building and stabbed others who were sitting outside near the building.
Wow.
Williams then continued to walk eastbound across Commercial Street. Officers apprehended Williams at Commercial and Division Street across from the shelter. The weapon used was located and seized. Officers and paramedics provided medical aid to 11 victims prior to those victims being transported to Salem Health for further care. A 12th victim was later identified as officers were interviewing witnesses. 5 male victims who received serious injuries remain hospitalized. The remaining victims, all men, received non-life-threatening injuries of varying degrees. The victims included 2 Union Gospel Mission staff members and 10 individuals who were guests at the shelter or were encountered outside the building, all ranging in ages from 26 to 57. Salem Police Department Violent Crimes Unit detectives investigating the incident learned Williams was traveling on an inner-city bus service from Portland to Deschutes County when he deboarded in Salem on Saturday, May 31st. Reportedly, Williams arrived at the Union Gospel Mission on Sunday evening, just prior to the call for police assistance. The preliminary investigation suggests the incident was not a targeted attack. However, the investigation is ongoing. Williams was lodged at the Marion County Jail on preliminary charges of second-degree assault and unlawful use of a weapon as investigators determine the extent of injuries. Williams will be arraigned at the Marion County Circuit Court Annex today at 2:30 p.m. All further media inquiries into the case must be directed to the Marion County District Attorney's Office. Okay, I'm available for a few questions.
Was he checking into, well, he was going through the bag check, right? And checking in when this whole thing happened?
That I'm not exactly sure what process had been going on. I believe that he had been near or in the facility for other parts of the day. So exactly what their process is, I can't quite speak to.
Thank you, Jan.
No, go ahead.
You mentioned 5 men are still in the hospital, or what condition are they in? Are they in critical condition?
Our initial Our initial assessment from medics was critical. We haven't had an update. They usually update at various times throughout the day.
We saw a video of him being, or somebody being arrested on the ground.
Yeah.
Is that
That was the
person?
suspect, yes. That was
Okay.
Mr. Williams being taken into
Everything
custody.
Go okay up to that point, or was he combated with police as well? Or?
My understanding is as soon as police vehicles were just a few blocks away, as soon as they arrived, they spotted Mr. Williams, and as soon as they went to approach him, he surrendered to the officers.
In video that was reported of the arrest, there were other people that
Thank
were
you, Show
trying
Poodles.
to assault the suspect. Was the suspect hurt at all in this arrest at all?
He did not receive any medical treatment, so as far as any other injuries, I'm not quite sure.
And then there are rumors that he's possibly from some homeless camps in Redmond. Can you speak to those at all?
This is still really early into this investigation, so we have to. Part of our investigation will be to kind of get a fuller picture of who Mr. Williams is.
Do we know why?
At this point, we don't have any real information onto that. This is still pretty preliminary.
Is he been cooperating with police?
That I can't speak to now that it's with the district attorney's hands. Things like that are we're not really supposed to
You
speak
said
to.
assault and unlawful use of a weapon. Are we expecting like 12 of those charges each?
That will be kind of determined as we continue on. So because we took him into custody so quickly, we have the pace of an investigation kind of speeds up. So we can have preliminary charges, and then as the case is further investigated, the DA can make those determinations at a later time.
Have there been incidents there in the past, and is there any increased security or resources for the UGM staff?
We routinely respond over there, but nothing to this magnitude, obviously. And security for the UGM, I'd have to let Mr. Smith speak to that.
Damn. More here, thank you.
Do you know the time frame from when you guys got the call
I gotta
to
fix that,
when
too.
you guys
Clip
arrested
scan?
Mr. Williams?
I don't know.
Do you
I believe it was a matter of minutes. From what I understood was we were our first responding officer was only a
Mass
few blocks to the
stabbing.
north and was approaching from the south when they spotted him, took him into custody. I also want to give a big shout out to our fire and medics. They arrived and performed immediate life-saving measures. That was along with our officers. Incidentally, every year we go through active threat scenarios. We had a large one last year, and just last week we were reviewing that with our field supervisors, so our sergeants, and going back over lessons learned from that, which include casualty collection points, how to treat, tactical first aid, things of that nature. We utilized our quick litters, a lot of the equipment that our officers carry on us for just these types of situations. Usually the scenarios are based on firearms, but in this case, a knife attack is very similar to what we train for these types of mass casualty incidents, and coordinate and work with our fire department as well for response and how to treat wounded and render aid to everybody.
And going back to the knife, you said that it was found, you already found it. Was he holding it at the time, or where was that at?
We seized it shortly thereafter.
So
I can't really say to that at the moment. So
Were there incidents in the building and outside the building?
yes. Yeah, I can't speak to that. Yes, started in the lobby of the Union Gospel Mission, moved outside. There were some victims that were assaulted outside, and then we took them into custody as he crossed the street.
Are there security camera videos that show what happened?
There is evidentiary video, but at this point for us it's evidentiary, so we can't release that.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Mass stabbing, mass
Sorry
stabbing.
about what happened last night. Your thoughts on it?
Last night, a terrible thing happened in Salem, Oregon. And
Oh, shit.
to folks that need the most. And so our hearts are with the folks across the street, staff, and the victims of this terrible tragedy. So
How did you find out about this?
I received a text message at home late last night and was shocked, in disbelief, frankly, that something like this could happen. And it's we are most concerned with those who are still in the hospital and for those who were just there. It's a difficult thing to process, and we want to do anything we can to wrap around UGM and all involved and offer our support.
As it says, we have 5 that are still in
safety protocols with other shelters or anything like this too?
That would be a question for the Union Gospel Mission with regard to safety protocols on their campus.
Salem has done a lot in recent years to increase supports for folks who are living unhoused and who are, members of this community. What message would you like people in Salem and the surrounding area to understand about how to move forward from this?
Boy, how to move forward. We have a fantastic police department. And I know that our district attorney is going to do the absolute best to get to the bottom of this situation and figure out what happened and why.
Okay. So that's the mass stabbing. Just wanted to kind of look at it, see what was going on. I didn't get to cover this the other day. They've been talking about it. He's arrested. There were some people in critical condition. Crazy violence everywhere. I do have 2 other videos I hope to get to today to post on this channel. So if you're watching this, please like, subscribe, and join the mailing list and check out the iCkEdMeL.com website. Okay, because I'm going to be posting different short clips that's not going to make it to the main channel because I don't want to use notifications on just a bunch of small things, but big but interesting. But it's not going to make it to the main channel. So I have 2 other videos, I think, for later. If I have time, I want to try to get it done. And I'll keep you guys posted about this court session. I need to take a little break, but I'll keep you guys posted about this court session. If he actually shows up in court, if they actually show the inside, that might be kind of interesting. All right. So thank you guys. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop. Boop. Boop, boop.